this episode is really going to be a very special one because I am joined by rather a couple who's sassy, saucy, and of course they are the most classy people, and they are just decked up so well because they are of course a fashion stylist, a fashion choreographer, one being a fashion choreographer, one being a fashion model, the other one being a fitness model, and of course an entrepreneur as well. So viewers, without any further ado, let me roll the camera to my beautiful guest this morning, Sukalpa Das and Franco Parakka. Good morning.
Good morning, David.
How are you doing?
Wonderful, wonderful.
A bit sleepy, but then it's okay. Since I see you now, I'm like quite active.
Oh my goodness, let me tell you, dear viewers, there's this friendly exchange of banters. You would find that throughout the episode. But please do not mind that, because let me tell you that these two personalities, rather the senior shows that we have in the studio this morning, we would exchange some shenanigans throughout the episode. I think you have to bear with us because these people are filled with so many things to share with all my viewers. I'm sure that you would enjoy and have a whale of a time. So I think I have given a wonderful introduction about you. What do you think about that?
I think you're doing your job pretty well. You should be paid more.
I should be paid more?
Absolutely.
My goodness, my producer, you need to make a note of this as well. Thank you for saying so. Well, Sukalpa, because we know that you are a model, you are a fashion stylist, you are very much related to fitness as well. And just tell me, how does this fitness and fashion really goes hand in hand? And of course, I would also want to take some takes from Franco as well. Starting with the ladies first, of course.
Yes. I think fashion and fitness actually goes hand in hand. There is absolutely no connection, as in, I don't know, how can not fashion be not related with fitness? You tell me. Because if you are into fashion in any segment, then as a model, I have been modeling since last 13 years now. So as a model, every other ramp show or a shoot included us to be well-toned at all given point of time. So fitness was a part of me since a very early time, even before fashion came into my life. So I was initially a swimmer. I was a state-level swimmer. And after that, I struggled a bit with basketball, and then I found my love in gymming.
Oh my goodness, so you basically have covered all arenas as much as possible.
No, as you already know, we are, me and Franco, we both are physical trainers as well. So we train in a gym, but then we still love fashion way too much so that we cannot stay away from it. And
I think you shouldn't stay away at all because you look so beautiful. I've decked up in this beautiful white dress and you just look absolutely breathtaking.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, now Franco, coming back to you. I personally feel that we being men, or rather the male gender, we are the most underprivileged section in the society.
Oh my God.
As far as
fashion
fashion is concerned. So what do you really have to say on that?
I don't think men are underprivileged. As long as you think you're underprivileged, you're underprivileged.
Because we don't get to experiment with your clothes and attires.
I think if you see fashion now, things have changed. I think men are more acceptable with pink color. Before, pink was like, it's a very girl color, don't try it out.
So that was basically
I'm wearing a pink t-shirt, a baby pink t-shirt.
Okay.
So
is that a pink? Oh
yeah,
yes.
it's a pink. It's a baby pink.
I see men wearing florals all the time.
Yeah, and now florals are back in. So at an era of a certain era, people say, don't wear that, don't do this, don't do that.
And imagine who is saying that. He is himself decked up so nicely.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much. I think let me tell you viewers, I'm sure that you have seen me quite a few times here in the studio with Good Morning Northeast. I just don't know how to dress up. But then thank you so very much. You guys actually helped me. And dear viewers, let me also tell you that these two wonderful personalities I have in the midst of me, having a banter and probably a chat with this morning, Sukalpa and Franco, they actually helped us to have a tie-up with Philocally. Thank you so much. So can you just tell us a little about Philocally and how did you get associated with the brand?
As a stylist, we have to get associated with quite many brands, and Philocally is one of them. It's one of the most exclusive brands for menswear, where they cater to suits, business suits, formal suits in any other occasions, and then they have Indian wear as well. And as I went for both your suits, like me and Franco. Franco was like totally stunned with the kind of cuts they have. In fact, he's wearing a beautiful cut right now.
He anyways looks a dapper
You
man.
were talking about men not being stylish. Just look at both of you guys.
And look at yourself. I think you, of course, she being a little more privileged than us. Yes, you have.
Yes, because women's garments are, I think women have...
They're meant to be poised, elegant.
Yes, and plus we have a large choice of attires that's there.
That's fantastic, and thank you so much for sharing that. And now, Franco, I would want to know that there are many young stars, many budding and aspiring models who probably would want to step into the fashion world, but they don't have a proper means, or probably they don't know how to get through. So, what message do you really have for them?
See, there's one thing I always tell, ki be so good that nobody can reject you.
Yeah.
Okay, so in life, rejection and failure is going to be a part of your success. You know, what is the success story without failure?
Yeah,
You know?
that's true.
You need to boast about it when you reach a level, ki I've been through this. So I tell youngsters, you know, learn to go through that whole marathon to reach the end and then be happy about it. So any job you do, you know, whether it's modeling, whether it's fashion, whether it's fitness, you have to be patient, you've got to work it right. You have to know what is good for you, okay, what goes with your moral. Okay, if your moral accepts this for you, go work with it.
I can just remember one quote at the moment, that is, if you don't make any mistake, you make a crime.
Yeah.
Is it
Absolutely,
that?
absolutely. And fashion and fitness both are all about practicing. You have to practice your craft like day in, day out. And if you're not practicing it, you cannot achieve success overnight. Even both the segments are like that.
And Sukalpa, now coming back to you, because you have been in the industry, in the fashion industry, for more than 13 years. So, what do you think? How should one prep up themselves or pull their sleeves up and get into this industry? What are the preparations they really need to take?
Because Which industry?
In the fashion industry, of course.
Fashion.
Because in today's world, we see that every other girl or probably a boy is a... So, what do you have to say on this?
Yes, I think that's a very... That's a very blunt way of putting that. And of course, in Assam...
No, at times we have to be harsh because the scenario is actually deteriorating day by day. So we need to use certain harsh words at times. We need to be a little more...
Absolutely, I understand. But then I don't just want to limit this entire crisis to only just young people trying to become models. No, they are also trying to become photographers. They are also trying to become fashion choreographers or makeup artists or groomers for that matter. How can you become a groomer without you being groomed yourself? So you have to understand that everything starts from A and only then you reach to somewhere in X. And then by the end, when you finish it or when you're about to give up, probably then you'll reach somewhere near Y. You'll never reach the Z. But then nowadays, everybody tries to jump into the Z. So that's not going to happen. So I think, yes, that's quite a blunt way to do it. But then what I really want the young ones to do nowadays is they have to identify what is their plus point, what is their USP. So,
strength.
Yes. So if they understand their strength, then they can work on it. So if in case you want to be a model, you are very, very inclined towards fashion, you want to experiment with new things, and then of course you should try it once. If it is not working for you, then you should not give up and you should try something else. Probably on the process of you trying to be a model, you have ended up being a master of expressions, and which might lead you to the more convenient way of videos. So our Assam is full of music videos. You can always try their hand in that, I think.
Well, viewers,
one option or the other.
Well, viewers, let me tell you that when she was speaking, I was just looking into her expressions and the way she just portrayed and advocated her words. I just found you to be such an erudite and an eloquent personality. Thank you for being so.
Oh my God. I just received so many compliments in one day. Franco, you can never beat him in this.
The moment I'm stepping out of the studio, I'm going to take
I'm going to kill you right now. And Debo with his very pompous words.
But anyway,
you should learn
Franco,
some compliments from him.
Yeah, I think I'll teach you outside the studio. But anyway, Franco, now coming back to you, because you are a fitness grooming expert. So what are the challenges do you face into your day-to-day life with training so many young talents, or probably passionate fitness lovers?
I think a lot of the first thing is, bhaiya aapke paas abs hai? मुझे एक महीने में abs चाहिए. And I look at them and
It's like they're asking for pav bhaji. Do you have pav bhaji? They're like, no, I can get you some. It's not like that. We're not selling pav bhaji.
I tell the people don't believe what you see, first of all, and second of all, it's a two different thing being an athlete and being a fit person. An athlete or a sports person has a different concept, a different agenda, different goal, a different diet to follow. He just does that. He sleeps, he works out, and he has a goal in his mind. He gets paid for that. A normal person has to go to college, has to go to work, has to see his house things. So there's so many things going around it. So you have to think what surroundings you are brought up with, and your first focus should be on fitness. So I think the first thing when people who are going into gymming, CrossFit, everything, I say that make sure you guys are going to be fit. Don't focus on the outer beauty or getting abs. Make sure you get your core muscles strong rather than getting good-looking abs. Get
Your
core
vitals
muscles
should
strong.
be without visceral fat.
The visceral fat. Make sure your legs are strong enough. I think a lot of people, I feel, they don't train their legs. They go to their biceps and tries and chest, and then they forget the thing where you look like a Johnny Bravo, and that's also a fashion disaster. Your clothes look bad.
Yes.
Okay. So these are base things, and I think people, the next question is, what is the best diet? Should I do ketosis? Should I do this? And I have the most simple thing is, if you can't not manage a very complicated diet, go for a very simple balanced diet. Very flexible, you don't have to.
When it comes to diet, I would like to mention, Assam is like full of so many greens.
Yeah.
We have varieties of greens.
And fish.
And fish. Can you beat that? We have omega-3 bhar ke. I don't understand why do we even have to lean down towards supplementation or lean down towards any other external source of vitamins or minerals when we can get everything in our natural diet. So people, they just want all fancy things and everything coming in a bottle, and in the entire process, they are ignoring their own regular diet, which is again causing them more problems.
So I think one of the stigma is that people say if you have supplements, you're going to get the body you want. So I think the thing is that first get your diet right, and then go for the supplements. Supplements is to add on, to support you.
Okay, Franco, if I ask you, for people like me, and I'm sure that you even love eating, so people like me and probably a few more, we are very foodie. I love eating rice because I'm a bong, and I'm sure that even she is one, and we love eating
I'm
rice.
Just looking at you.
Because she knows that where I'm coming back to. So what is the kind of diet that you would rather give us? Because we cannot really compromise with mutton, we cannot compromise with fish, chicken, anything.
So if I give you a diet, it is going to fail. You understand?
That's what I know.
I think people of foodie.
I think you should just limit to one particular protein source in
one
meal, and you should divert your meal into like how many meals do you eat? If you're eating 3 meals, you don't have to answer that. I know you eat. So basically, if you're eating 3 meals, then you should break it down to 6 probably. Small
and
meals.
work out.
And work out.
So basically, you mean to say that throughout the day, I just need to hog some of the other things.
Good things.
Good things.
Natural things. You don't eat a pizza.
All right, viewers, in this note, I think I'm going to slip into a short break because what she has stated at the moment, I think I need to grab a glass of water for this. I'm going to do that. Dear viewers, please stay tuned because I'm in conversation with Sukalpa Das and Franco Parakka. So I'm coming back very soon. I'll be back right away. Stay tuned. Welcome back, viewers. You're watching Good Morning Northeast with me, Debajyoti Dasgupta, and viewers, I am in conversation with the most beautiful, the gorgeous, the spectacular personality, of course, Sukalpa Das and Franco Parakka. So, Franco and Sukalpa, now I would want to step into a segment which talks only about fashion and styling. So, I think I need to straight away ask both of you, like, what do you think about wardrobe management and how do you suggest people? Because let me tell you, viewers, that I have stated that they are the young entrepreneurs. They're entrepreneurs as they're the fashion stylists, and they have come up with a company which names Offlet. So we would also want to know a little about Offlet and how do you manage wardrobe and how do you recommend and what do you recommend people to wear on the regular basis?
Well, Offlet is like It's like a baby to us. It's still a baby. We have just started off with the business. When we were actually thinking of a company, the only idea behind the company was all of our friends, in fact even you, at certain point of time, whoever is related with media, or nowadays whoever goes to almost every social parties, they constantly have this need of new garments,
Yes.
new attires, new shoes, new accessories, and it's like you cannot buy it every time. So why not have a place where you can rent it out? So I was
Because
just
that is, again, owning something is quite expensive, and you just...
Expensive,
Right.
and then with the era of Instagram and WhatsApp and Facebook,
you cannot repeat
can't
your
repeat
garments.
it, you know.
So
There might be a
you
chance
are,
someone-
I'm being one of a very big victim of that.
yes, and if you're a celebrity, then you cannot repeat your garments ever.
Absolutely, yes.
So at that point of time, you'll be needing a stylist. A stylist will probably make you custom-made dresses only for you, or probably will mix and match it, or get it hired. So that's the point. Guwahati doesn't have a hiring point. So I was thinking, why not start it off? And then Franco is one of my partners, and our other partner is Sunil. So we three, while working out, of course, all the great ideas comes out whenever we work out. So we were thinking, it's off late, we should start up our own company for hiring. And then I was like thinking, off late is a great name. Why not put it as off late? So that's how Off Late started, and we did quite many events under that banner.
And then we didn't even stop to just renting our clothes, started planning pre-wedding, you know,
Yeah.
Oh,
planning,
that's great.
planning suits and
For the
bespoke suits
grooms
for grooms and dresses for the bride.
We even plan for their vacations or their honeymoons. We plan their entire suitcase for them.
Lovely. And in fact, we have loads of designers here in Assam, and especially in Guwahati. But then I think stylists we don't have. There are hardly any stylists
we
here.
have a
There are a few stylists from Northeast. Some of them are working outside. Meher, you already
Yes,
had her
I
in
know
the
that, yeah.
in your show. She is working in Bombay. There's another stylist called Tik Tik. He is working in Delhi.
Okay.
They are both doing really, really well. But then in Guwahati, we have only 2 or 3 stylists here, and then everybody has their own particular forte. So mine is, I go for very, very minimalistic styling. I seriously prefer that one shouldn't be too overdressed at any given point of
Loud?
time. Loud, overdressed. I prefer very subtle colors. If it has to be neon, then it has to go down, and we have to scale it down somewhere. So, and I prefer very, very minimum use of accessories, only what is required. So that is my way of dressing it up. But then there are other people in the market who can. But then I think we are the only company who will hire things out, and we can also get you garments, like we got you from Philokeli.
Yes.
So we can also tie it up with different brands and designers at times. So we can get it done from the designers, either custom made or we can hire it down. So
I think, and what a person's image that we see, probably whoever it is, it's, I think, at the end of the day, a stylist plays the most important role, because a designer,
yeah, only if the people in Assam understand the role of
I
a
think
stylist.
it's high time that we should be letting people know
I
that
think
there has to be an awareness program basically for that. So do you agree on that?
No, it's like it's almost 2 years now that actually I started styling almost 7 years back. My first stint with styling was with Garima Garg.
Okay.
She and I, we were both hired for a news channel, and we did a show which lasted for quite many seasons. So
Which I have even seen that, and let me viewers tell you that I was wondering that, okay, so yeah, she is Sukalpa Das, when do I actually get to have a word with her? And today, see, I am interviewing her. I'm so great and privileged.
But then that was the most practical styling in Assam, probably the first one of its kind. And then after that, I haven't looked back. We have been styling, together for book launches and shoots and movies. I have done one movie which has got critically acclaimed in Germany. So I'm like quite happy about my job.
Lovely.
Right now.
Well, Sukalpa, in that case, and Frank, of course, you as well, in that case, let us do one thing. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave some visuals of yours, of you doing some wonderful work, because they do tremendously beautiful work, as in the choreographing shows, and of course, a little bit of insight when they are in the fitness center. So viewers, these visuals are exclusively for all my viewers of Good Morning Northeast.
Damn, how he thinks to her. No, I don't know just where I'm gonna be or what I'm gonna be doing in another year or 3. All I know is I'll be far from where I'm at. Gonna live to be a legend, yeah, I'm down for that. I don't know just what I'm gonna be or what I'm gonna be doing in another year or 3. All I know is I'll be far from where I'm at. Gonna live to be a legend, yeah, I'm down to die for that. I see you try to fit in, I see the separation. Heard about your dreams, I see no preparation. Talk about success like it's just a destination. Wishing every day that something doesn't count as dedication. Dedicated to you, basic can't lose your bitches. Head too high to smell the roses.
Well, viewers, I am sure, and I can just rest assured that the visuals that we have seen are quite enthralling, and they really leave a very, very positive impact on us. And I'm sure that we are, at least me, I would strive towards being a little more stylish. Thank you. All right, Franco and Sukalpa, I have a question for both of you because we are putting so much of stress in fashion. So I see a lot of parents these days, as in the parents of young kids, little ones, they push literally their children to probably go ahead and get trained in fashion. They want their children to walk, learn fashion, everything related to fashion. Why not? Why don't you people take an initiative and inform and probably educate the parents that it's very important that the child learns to public speaking. They get acquainted with the art of
Absolutely.
public speaking.
I think we've been doing that.
you're
I
right.
think we both, I think
Yes, we were in a
I have
fashion
actually
event,
said,
yes.
ki, please, if I'm not against kids' fashion show,
Yeah.
it's good.
It's not
But,
fashion show, basically. I
just
find
walking
the
the ramp-
word a little derogatory. It's fashion show because
It's
you
not-
cannot have that. It's fancy dress.
Yes, it's a fancy dress,
So-
and
I don't
they
want
should not
kids
be called
walking
as a
like-
fashion show as well.
Yes.
But then I think the kids go through huge mental pressure while
Absolutely.
doing it. Instead of that, we should also have, say, probably some storytelling competition inclusive of the fashion thing.
Yeah.
Only then the kids can actually, we can expect the kids to grow. Other than that, what's the point in just very, very tiny little... I'm sure you have seen
Yes, I
kids
have
fashion
seen
show.
that, yeah.
They wear
One thing-
mekla
Literally
chadars
cry.
and they
Yeah.
keep walking and they give they look super cute. They
No, the
they look
one-
amazing. But then, what if they can talk equally nicely?
That's what.
And the other thing is that I think parents and some of the groomers, they treat kids like grown-ups and they walk very voluptuously, move your body, which is very wrong.
In
Yeah.
fact,
A
they
kid's
deck up in
beauty
certain
is the
attires.
yes. The kid's beauty is the innocence. You
Yes,
don't have
absolutely.
to have loud makeup and big eyelashes. No, they're not meant to do that.
So
Not
they,
as such
in the
revealing
process, they somehow lose their innocence.
innocence, and the whole childhood is destroyed. I think
True.
I'm not against the fashion show. Okay, kids showing a kid's dress is a kid's fashion show, but stick it to how a kid should look like.
Yes.
Let the makeup be like how a kid should look like.
In the process, we somehow
Don't
we
make
are
it so
actually
loud.
losing out on our ethics.
So I'm not against the fashion show. Good, you're going to show the clothes of a kid. Very good, they are models. But then don't make them walk like grown-ups. They're not grown-ups to be walked. So I think who was listening to it, if any parents are listening, please, if you get
I'm
into
sure
shows,
there are many.
Yeah, if you get into shows, make sure don't make your kids walk like a 20-year-old girl. Let them
Yeah.
walk like a 10-year-old child. Let them
Yeah.
enjoy it, laugh. Whenever we
Sometimes
choreograph,
they're only 3 or 4 years old.
yeah.
Just imagine, that's
But
something.
then I love the way they dress. They wear mekla chadars and they're this tiny and then they
Wearing
keep
a
walking.
mekla
They
chadar
look
is
so pretty.
Sukalpa, it's absolutely fine. But then I'm sure that you have also come across certain situation and such contestants wherein they come up with a dress which I think doesn't suit a kid. They
I
should
don't know,
never.
probably they were not groomed right.
Right.
The parents basically. I think
Or the event people. They are the ones who actually suggest that we need this kind of dress or we need that kind of dress.
That's
So
very
you have
unethical.
to, it's not about just one person getting educated about this. It's like the entire society has to be educated about it. We appreciate fashion because there are so many brands coming up with kids garments. So we appreciate kid fashion, but then we also appreciate the kid who can actually talk about that garment
True.
and about herself or himself. So I think we should not put the kids under so much of pressure that they have to look pretty and they have to look beautiful, and then they need more lipstick and more nail polish. I think in that particular age, they should be worrying about which color shoes they should wear, or which color hairband they should wear, and then what is mummy wearing and what does papa do, and then they have to understand that entire household scenario, and they should be able to put it out to the people. They should not just shy away. Nowadays, there are very less kids who actually shy away. I was one of the shy kids, because when I was young, I remember somebody asking me my name, and I used to simply walk behind the curtain. So I was so shy. And look
this
at me
also
now.
goes for
Luckily,
all the
fortunately, I was never one. Thank
You
God.
see, still not. But then I also want to add on to one thing. This also goes for all the other people, normal people. What you see always on the ramp, these models don't wear it outside. So choose your attire properly when you're wearing. Don't wear revealing clothes in the public where people are just going to stare at it and say, oh, these people are staring. You have to be careful of what you wear.
Yes.
You're going to a good party, you're going to have a night gown, wear a gown there.
You should know basically where to wear what.
What to wear.
And now,
I'm not going against people who no, you should, or girls should not wear this. No, I support women. I support women empowerment. I believe women should be strong, but you should be smart
Yeah, I'm strong.
and smart.
Anyway, Frank and Sukalpa, we are almost inching towards the climactic part of this wonderful conversation that I'm having with you. But before I actually say your goodbye, but I just would want to know that, of course, you were there in Bangkok for grooming, for choreographing rather, choreographing a fashion sequence, and you were there in the backstage as a backstage manager. So how was it like, the entire experience?
The entire experience of
I'm sorry to interrupt you, and viewers, let me tell you that Sukalpa and Franco, they've got into their credits of doing shows not just regionally. So far, I have got to know that they have done shows internationally as well and nationally as well. Yeah, start off.
Thank you.
Welcome.
The entire idea of getting to represent the entire Northeast region as a whole internationally, that thing is absolutely priceless. And when you actually get the opportunity to do something for Northeast and you're there, and then it's quite terrifying, just believe me. And sometimes there is a thought that people might not really trust in me because I look young, or they might not believe in me. But then finally what we did, and people appreciated my models, they supported me so much. I had such beautiful event managers. I had such beautiful team. I cannot tell you.
That was a great support.
And my backstage manager, he's always there.
And he is the most nicest person I have come across so far.
I'm a very rude person in the backstage though.
A fashion show, actually, people just see the models, but then a fashion show runs because of so many other things.
DJ, we
From
had
the
very
DJ
good
to the
psycho
light technician to the actual sound guy, to the designers, to the makeup, to the backstage manager, queue manager.
It goes
so many people.
A lot of teamwork.
And the choreographer.
And I think the biggest thing is a lot of process goes in. We had a big process selecting the designers, talking to them what kind of fabric we want to promote and what kind of dress we want to promote. So
Northeast Festival
that was
is one
fun,
of a kind for us, at least. And we are really thankful that Shyamkanuda actually believed in us and took us forward, and then he actually gave us the opportunity to do it, and then we proved him right.
And I think it also helped to let people know abroad, outside, we as Northeast, we are capable of coming to, they love the collection.
Oh, okay. That's great.
People love people.
Because we had Eri silk, we have Muga, we have Pat, we have Nuni Pat and linen with the local cotton used. And then everything was so westernized, and they had very, very local fabric going very western, and people appreciated it. And people danced in Zubin Garg's tune.
That was that.
And they didn't even understand the language. Oh. Now that is something money can't buy.
Yeah,
that's a sight to see.
There are certain moments that will stay along with you, and you would probably cherish them lifelong.
Yes, yes.
That's incredible. And thank you so much,
Thank you
Sukalpa
so
and
much.
Franco. It was indeed a great, great pleasure talking to you. I always do that. However, today being a special occasion, I think I just had a whale of a time. Thank you so much for joining us early in the morning.
Pleasure,
Thank you for calling us.
Thank you so much.